Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of my series of Assault Rifles Only Salvador. In today's video, we will be defeating Captain Flint, hopefully, or, well, definitely, and we will also be getting to Frostburn Canyon. Now, I do believe that in today's video, we will be able to beat Frostburn Canyon, but we'll see, alright? There is an assault rifle that we are picking up today. Unfortunately, it is not a unique. As I said in the previous episode, it will be the E-Tech Blaster from Dr. Zed's side mission, The Medical Mystery. So, where we left off, Claptrap decided to be a little bit of a nuisance and freeze up on us, so we had to walk all the way back, causing us to not be able to beat Flint in yesterday's episode. So we're just about to come up here now, and I love this chain skip. It was shown to me by one of my childhood friends when me and him used to play the game, and it's, a classic for this game. Hopefully Claptrap doesn't get froze on here. Alright. I don't think oh, there we go. He did not. And there's another skip up here to be able to get into Flint's arena early. And now, I did forget about this skip, unfortunately. What I really wanted to do was to be able to get up onto Flint's perch so that he would not jump down, and also to get the maximum amount of DPS. If we would have had a bonus package, we would have been fine right here. And even though we didn't, we were still fine. But it is still nice to have. One thing that you might have noticed is that the audio has gotten slightly better. I am trying to work out a few little things in OBS, but so far, I do believe that it is going in a good direction. The the quality will increase. I will fix the quality of these videos because I did notice as I watched through the last two that the quality was not the best, and I only want to have the best quality. My modded my monitor and my computer are up to specs for high quality, but unfortunately, I do not have the storage space. I do have a couple of games that I want to save on this computer. I did delete a few of them that I haven't played in a while, don't worry. But I will be buying more storage, hopefully, to be able to save more recordings as well as just have a better overall viewing experience for you guys. My current CPU usage is 24% in OBS. I know that that does seem like a good amount, but hear me out. All right. It will work. It will work. I don't know about streaming. I might have to lower the settings a little bit for streaming. But there we go. We did defeat Captain Flint, and he was very easy. Unfortunately, we did get a Thunderball Fist, and we are not playing with pistols. We are playing with assault rifles. So that is quite unfortunate. I do like the Thunderball Fist on Salvador. I think that he is the third best character to use it with. The first being Krieg, and the second being Gage. The reason why Salvador is the best with it is just because of his spam. Salvador's good with anything due to his spam as well as his skill overkill. Overkill in zero use cases is bad, except for if you are running a grenade build, let's say. But other than that, it is very good. So we did enter the next area, and I don't know if I made the decision of whether or not I will be fighting Bull today, but just look at this. We shred through that bully mong. No matter what point of the game it is, I do like to have a lot of damage, and I do think that the Blaster is dropping off slightly. It's not one-shotting or two-shotting things like it was before, and once we get past Wilhelm, we will be getting the Varuk to substitute for it. Um, there is an upgraded version of the Blaster, an effervescent weapon called the Peak Opener. I will be trying to get that at level 38 because that is the level that Haterak spawns at in normal mode. And we will most likely need a Fire Hail for that. So I will save that for later on, but just know that the hail that we will be getting, it will be fire. I don't know about the element of the kitten once we get to those, because those will be our healing weapons, but it will most likely be slag. And then in the second playthrough, I might change it up a little bit, just maybe to corrosive, so that we can take on different DLCs and stuff like that. Or fire. I don't know yet. I'll have to see. But I am looking forward to it. We do get the Hyperion adapter, and we are about to get our first car. So yeah, um, I will be farming a vendor for a class mod. I don't know if I will choose Dr. Zed's vendor or the one in Frostburn Canyon. It depends on what level we get to, and I do want to keep a certain level maximum for certain areas because I do want to get a low leveled Fabled Tortoise so that hopefully when we get to level 50 and we get our Raider class mod, we can completely negate the Tortoise's capacity in favor of its movement speed. Salvador is not a character that really needs a shield because he has such good health maintenance, not with skills, but with being able to offhand a Moxie weapon. That is better than any health skills that you can have. And yeah, so we do check this chest up here. This chest is able to spawn in class mods because it is level 11. Class mods do spawn in at, I think, level 9. And I would say that the best character to have early game class mods on is Maya. Maya can have up to, I do believe, 72% more SMG damage on her cat class mod. I would say that the next best runner up is Salvador just because of the bullet regen, but in terms of DPS, it goes Maya's cat comm, Zero's sniper comm, and then it depends on how fast you have gotten Bloodbath, but for Krieg, it would be a blister comm. We do hit a nice turn right here. I am still trying to figure out the braking mechanics in this game because throughout the 7-ish years that I've been playing this game, I have not really fiddled around with the braking system too much. It is super fun, and I hope that I get better at it. So we did hit that save. That is so that we have the save for later on. Um, the fast travel station. I mean, we'd also hit the save by the door guy, so that when we get over to this power core for Sanctuary, we can just jump off the edge and spawn right back into the save. It is a good time save, and we are about to pass Savage Lee. I will not be farming Savage Lee today. I do not have any personal like preferences as to rules based off of the car's weapons and stuff like that. The car's weapons don't really do much. For the sand skiffs and the required car mobbing and stuff like that, that is like kind of like mandatory for the mission. I will be hopping out of the car for that, just to kind of keep kind of the challenge there. I know that it's not that much of a challenge, but that's just how I like to play. The I will be still killing enemies with the car as I drive past them. It doesn't really give much XP. I just like shooting with the cars. It's a fun little thing. We will be taking a skip right here. It does save about like 3 seconds, I think, but I kind of butchered it right here. You can see the collision is kind of off. For me, I do think that I still accidentally have the FPS set to 30 in this, so I do apologize for that. Um, we are coming up on the power core right now, and an important thing to know about the power core is that the Psycho does take a second to spawn. So if you are a little bit too fast, you will have to wait for a second, and we do jump off, and that is an insta-kill. So if you are playing as Gage, you will be able to keep your Anarchy stacks if you did stack early on, or in TVHM, or UVHM for that matter. We do take half a thousand off for the respawn fee, but that's not really a big deal. I don't really need anything from the vendor besides a class mod and maybe like a small shield upgrade. I do like to keep a good amount of money just in case I get, like a legendary in the vendor or something like that. This quest right here does reward us with a green assault rifle. I will not be farming it because we already have a spitter, which is pretty good, and we do have the Kerblaster. But look at that. We do get a flat off assault rifle. It is green, unfortunately. It is fire and it does have a matching grip, so we will keep that for fire damage. Um, we might be using it. I don't know. I'm just keeping it just in case. You know, I would say that Borderlands 2 does have the most balanced element scaling out of the franchise. Borderlands 3 is completely unbalanced with it. There's no element matching really. You can on Krieg, or sorry, I apologize. On Flak, you can run the Cosmic Stalker comm, I think it is, and just do an all corrosive build and destroy everything. And I know that corrosive is kind of like a catch all-ish element. You know, it doesn't really have any damage debuffs like fire does. Um, in Borderlands 1, it is kind of the way to go based off of certain play styles because it does provide a debuff. Um, but yeah, I would say that Borderlands 2 definitely has the best scaling with all of the element matching and such. The one thing that isn't scaled though to do with elements is Maya's cloud kill. It is really fun and I was thinking like if I ever do a Maya one life, I will definitely not spec into cloud kill right away. I do want to keep a little bit of a challenge there if I were to run Maya as a one life. Cough, cough, you know. But yeah, so we are picking up the power cores, and our first little bit of iridium we will be spending on assault rifles. A thing that I do like that they have kept up with in the franchise, I don't know about Wonderlands because I don't really have much experience playing that game. I only have like 150 hours in it. Um, the assault rifle SDUs, for having no SDUs, your base assault rifle capacity is 280, and every single SDU increases it by 140. That will make your total for having one assault rifle SDU 420 ammo capacity, which I think is kind of cool. You can see that in Borderlands 3 if you hold out a COV weapon. I don't know, it's just a nice round number. I did have a Krieg that I played on where I got the legendary Reaper class mod with 99 with the perfect 99% kill skill duration increase at level 69, which I thought was pretty fun. It took like 10 it took 10 to 20 hours of farming. It was worth it. Same thing with the mouthwash and um the class mod or sorry, the relic that Hatterax drops that is kind of like a mouthwash. Um yeah, so one thing that I do like having on Krieg when I do peak is a low level easy mode because I don't like to have my shield up. You know, I want one enemy to be able to hit my shield and for them to take it completely out because your shield is basically useless on Krieg. It's just like a personal way that I kind of like to play. Um, I also do like running a Fabled Tortoise on Krieg. It's kind of a weird setup. Krieg is very good at keeping his shield down because he's the shieldless character. So it does give you extra movement speed and if you haven't tried it, definitely try that. It's pretty fun to run around at high speeds, you know, as Krieg and stuff like that. Alright, so we are right here. Um I did have a little bit of audio issues right there. I do apologize, and I hope that it does sound better now. I did run out of storage on a disk. That's not very fun. So yeah, so we are at Dr. Zed's place, and by the time that I got over here, I was thinking like, I don't want to have to run here every single time to farm, so I will be going for my Hoarder class mod in Frostburn Canyon. This poor surgery patient guy, I don't think that he knows what's going on right now. We do get a better shield, thankfully. The one time that I would actually use a shield other than a TDR shield would be if it's a pretty good tortoise shield at this early in the game. But unfortunately, we will not be getting a good one for this video. It is pretty rare. I don't know the exact rarity of pangolin parts. I know for sure that they're more or they're less rare than Malawan. But yeah, so we do need to complete this quest to be able to get the medical mystery quest. We say hi to Tanis. I love how in the background the chest and the gate are gone right there, you know. It's little things like that that I like that add a little bit to the game. Tanis is just insane. I don't think that smart is the right option for it. I have a hard time believing that anyone on this planet is smart because like just think about like all of the pollution and stuff like that. It's crazy, you know. It's like it's like Fallout, but not as bad, but still it's pretty bad. When I was younger, I kind of when I was like 11 or 12 or whatever, I got the games Fallout and this game kind of mixed up. So I thought that this game was like covered in radiation or whatever, like the world was. I don't know. It's just a random memory that I just had. I did put the gearbox assault rifle in the safe. I will be collecting all of the weapons inside of the safe to show at the end of the playthrough. We picked up the medical mystery quest. Um, so I made kind of like a rule that I won't be using like many skyrockets for mini bosses and bosses, you know, and stuff like that because they are kind of busted. I did kind of break that here just because I don't like Doc Mercy. Uh, I don't like his mechanic of healing and stuff like that, and I really didn't want to have an embarrassing death to Doc Mercy, but you'll see something funny happened in a minute. There's a skip to get into his arena. It's, you know, jumping off of the geyser. It's a classic, but I didn't really hit that right here because I already had to hit the door waypoint. There's one thing about this map. If you hit if you complete the mission to activate the save station, then you won't be able to farm Badmaw for XP or Iridium or anything. So, um, just make sure that you only do this mission after you kill, um, after you get your Badmaw farming done. Yeah, and so you could see there I did miss some of my fireworks. I did get an infinity, which, you know, that's quite unlucky. And so yeah, now we have the assault rifle. The assault rifle or the blaster is very good. It does 50 damage. You know, it has 7.7 fire rate and it has a crazy high mag size of over 200. You know, and we do have level up bonus right here, but even at like it being like half that damage, it's still pretty good. And the first initial hit of the Blaster actually does less than it. So it is better in terms of DPS for flying enemies than the Blaster, though we won't really be encountering any of those early on. I will not be farming savagely for any XP or anything like that. Um, I don't really care much about getting to level 13 to have the max level for the fastball because I'm still somewhat undecided on whether or not I will obtain it. But yeah, one thing that I do hope that they have in Borderlands 4 is like a good set of car mechanics.
Borderlands 2, I think, did it the best. Their cars were a little bit janky, but it's like, um, I don't know. Borderlands 3 had some weird cars like the Cyclones and stuff like that. They were fun, but it just felt like, I don't know, like it didn't feel like you were driving, if that makes any sense. We do get to right here, and right here is where we will be farming our hoarder class mod. The hoarder one is the rarest one, so hopefully we can get it quite quickly. But yeah, the car mechanics, I really hope that they have good ones. In the trailer, we could see that Borderlands 4 had um a, a car like teleportation system, not like through a catch a ride station, but through the inventory. Like you could most likely just get your car through an inventory if they keep that feature in, which I hope that they do. The world will also be open world. They, I guess, want to move away from the safe quit factor of it, but I don't. It doesn't really. I don't know. I'll see how well I like the fact that like there's no safe quitting, because you have to safe quit for this game. You have to quit for like a lot of other farming games, and Borderlands is a farming game, so that is the whole point of the game. But yeah, I'll see how I like it, and when it does come out, I'll make sure that I'm not in the middle of a playthrough, just so that I can um just so that I can start playing that as a playthrough. The character that I will start first is the double guy. I watched the trailers, and I also watched a video by Jolts Dude, which showed the like guy who has double things. Like he doubles his grenades, he doubles his guns. It's like he has like gun zerking, but it's like with Zane's cannon, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. The other characters, I'm not too interested in. I'll see when the game comes out, like seeing people play him and stuff like that. But I am interested a lot in the double character. I feel like he will definitely have like a flat good like DPS. We do get a purple turtle shield there, but it does not have good parts. So I will not be replacing it because I do want to keep a little bit of my health. But yeah, I feel like the double guy will have like a good flat DPS, but another character will outclass him just because of like multiplicative DPS increases. Um, in my mind, Zero was always the gun character for this game, or the gunslinger character for this game, just because he has a lot of similarities to Mordecai. But um, I found out recently that it's Salvador who's like that, which kind of blew my mind. Zero does have the Stalker class mod, but that's more for like repeater style weapons, Like it increases your fire rate for pistols, and stuff like that. And Mordecai had like a similar thing for Borderlands 1, which was just like a repeater style setup. I did add something to slightly reduce the echo on the audio, so I hope that you guys do hear that. Um, it, it I kind of have like a weird voice, and it doesn't really like I can't it doesn't record too well, if that makes any sense. Um, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like if I talk in like a, I don't know, in like a kind of like leisurely way, it kind of picks up better than like a more normal voice that I have. And yeah, I don't know if it's my microphone or every single like microphone or recording that I've ever taken of my voice in my life, but it doesn't really record all that well. So yeah. So you can see the farm is taking a good amount of time. Um it is, a short farm, so it does feel like it takes forever. But this one wasn't really that bad. It was about 4.5 minutes to be able to get it, and there we go. We do get a 1.0 Team Bullet Regen Com, the Hoarder class mod, and I think that that is the second best that we could have gotten at this time, which, that's pretty nice. Um, I will be using my main weapon as a Blaster, even though the E-Tech weapon is um more practical in my opinion, for just having like the single hit deal more damage instead of waiting for the child grenades and stuff like that. I did hit a 180 on those guys, so cool, add me to phase or whatever. Um, the Lisco, which is right over on the left, which I did not pick up because it's an SMG. If you enter and exit the map over and over again through the door, you can actually respawn it over and over again, and it won't like it's not necessarily a respawn. It will just spawn in a new one. So you can get like 20, 30, however many you want. And the Lisco is, I would say, by far the easiest weapon to farm for a perfect version in this game. I did skip past all the content of mobbing right here. Um, I didn't necessarily in my mind at the time, I didn't want to like end up not getting to Lilith, and I did try this jump right here. I don't know how I didn't hit it. I've done this jump like over 100 times. I don't know if it's the FPS or what, but I did end up just using a grenade for it. And we do get a pretty cool drop up here. I won't spoil it right now, but yeah. So we jump up here to open the chest, and bam, there we go. There's a Gatling gun. It's level 11, so when we do hit level 11, I will be using it. Um, you can see that we're two-shotting psychos and stuff like that, so that's still good. And the Blaster is like 7 levels under, so that's pretty nice. Um, the spitter though is kind of dropping off a little bit. Like it's not doing the best, but I do just DPS check right here to see we're doing pretty good. A lot of bullets and stuff like that. But yeah, I forgot that the second psycho doesn't spawn instantly. You have to be like around the door area for him to the second one to spawn in. And if you don't trigger that, then he doesn't spawn. I do hit the nice jump. Um, I've I've gotten pretty good at that jump. I've only missed it like once or twice. But yeah, so I don't have enough time to be able to get Lilith, but yeah, so this is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Um I am going to get the graphics up, don't worry, like it's just a little bit of problems on my end. But yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys have a nice day, you know, um, and a nice rest of your week.